Good morning, my students. We are going to study the effect of temperature about different materials. In case of solid, we observe that when the temperature increases, the solid increases and expand in all directions, and the velocity of molecules increases to the intermolecular spaces between molecules increases. But in case of gas, when the temperature increases, the volume of the gas increases at constant pressure, while in case of solid, the temperature increases, the volume increases, but the density decreases because the relation between the density and the volume is inversely proportional at constant mass of the substance. Also in case of gas state, volume of the gas is inversely proportional with the pressure at constant temperature, but volume of the gas is directly proportional with the temperature at constant temperature at constant pressure at constant mass of substance. But now we are going to study the effect of temperature on liquid. Liquid in gas thermometer. Thermometer device used to measure the temperature can be used in the laboratory. The temperature are often measured using liquid filling the thermometer. But any liquid can be used in thermometer. Water cannot be used. Because it is a transparent material, it is difficult to observe the temperature of anything by using water. And water makes sweating with the internal wall. So we need to use liquid like mercury or colored alcohol. The substance which we need to use it in the thermometer has a certain properties, must be affected by any change in the temperature of the medium causes large change in the physical quantity. Change in the physical quantity, like the volume of liquid increases, the length of liquid increases, the pressure of substance increases. This is the characteristics of the substance which can be used in thermometer. We use alcohol or mercury. Mercury has high boiling point, can be used to measure the boiling point of water, 100, but mercury has boiling point 78.5 degree, so we cannot be use it to measure the boiling point of water, but we can use it to measure the temperature of cold liquids. What is the structure of the thermometer? Thermometer composed of bulb is called the glass bulb. This glass bulb connected with a tube. This tube, white tube. Inside it, another tube connected with the glass bulb. This means that thermometer contains liquid filled thermometer like mercury or alcohol, colored alcohol. Bulb contains mercury or colored alcohol which expand by the temperature rises and pushes thread of liquid along the scale. This is the narrow capillary tube. Narrow capillary tube. This is the narrow capillary tube. This is the vacuum. Occupy the space of the tube. This is a glass tube, glass stem. Thermometer has a thin wall on its pulp for rapid, responsible to heat, and it has a thick wall on its stem to give the thermometer strength, also to magnify the thread, What happens to the scale of the thermometer? Thermometer scale. How can you graduate the thermometer? Any thermometer must has 2 points. The first is called lowering point. The second is called upper point. The first point, lower point, is 0 degree. When immerse thermometer in ice is called melting ice or crushed ice, because there is an ice has temperature less than 0, -5, example, while crushed ice or melting ice have temperature equal 0. Immerse thermometer in ice or melting ice until thermal equilibrium takes place. What is the meaning of thermal equilibrium? When the temperature of the liquid inside the capillary tube has the same temperature of the surrounding medium or if the melting ice, and mark point at this. Then transfer the thermometer to stem. The temperature of the stem is constant 100 degrees Celsius, does not increase. When we heat more than 100, the temperature remains 100, doesn't change, does not increase. Why doesn't increase? By heating? Because the extra heat used to break down the bonds between molecules. So the molecules escape from the surface of the liquid in the form of steam. Steam has constant temperature, 100 degrees. This means that the liquid inside the capillary tube expand, make mark at the top of the mercury or mercury, not alcohol, because it has melting point, boiling point of alcohol 78.5. We have 2 fixed points, lower fixed points 0 and upper fixed point 100. The distance between them divided into equal distances to mark it. This is called temperature scales. Celsius is the most widely used scale. There is another different scales. Yes, there is a Kelvin scale, which is called absolute scale. And there is another is called Fahrenheit. The temperature is measured by 3 scales: Celsius, Kelvin, or absolute. Another scale is called Fahrenheit. These scales depends on 3 essential features. Number 1, the lower fixed point. Number 2, the upper fixed point. Number 3, the scale. Lower fixed point achieved by placing and marked thermometer in pure melting ice. Pure melting ice because it has temperature 0. It is called melting point of ice or freezing point of water. Freezing point of water or melting point of ice equals 0. This is known as ice point. This is the first point. The second point, upper fixed point. Number 1, lower fixed point. Number 2, upper fixed point. Once the 0 degrees Celsius and 100, this is the upper fixed point. The upper fixed point achieved by placing unmarked thermometer in steam above pure boiling water. Pure boiling water, why? Because when we add some additives to water, the boiling point increases. Under standard temperature, atmospheric pressure, because the boiling point affected by the pressure, the normal pressure, 76 centimeter mercury at the sea level, which can be determined by using Torricelli barometer. This is called the boiling point of water, equal 100 degrees Celsius, or known as steam point. The scale, once 0 and 100 points fixed on the thermometer. The rest of the scale is made by dividing the space between them into 100 equal divisions or 100 equal degrees. 100 equal divisions or 100 equal degrees. What are the properties that vary with changing temperature? What are the properties that vary with changing the temperature? Number 1, volume or length. There is a difference between volume and length, but we use length as a volume. Why? Because volume equal area times height. This is constant because the thermometer is uniform. This means that volume directly proportional with height, or length. Height equal length. So we use length instead of volume of liquid. The expansion of liquid in glass thermometer, the length of the solid, fixing bending of the metallic strip, and the thermostat, pressure gas at constant volume, resistance of metal wire. There is a different types of thermometers, but we now study the first type of thermometer, which is called liquid thermometer. Liquid thermometer. Liquid in glass thermometer is called liquid thermometer due to the expansion of liquid in the capillary tube inside the thermometer. Goodbye and good luck, my student.